What's up, guys? Part 3 in the 91 Bronco restoration series videos, whatever you want to call it. This part, we're going to work on the fuel pressure regulator, vacuum line, and some spark plug wires. I'm probably not going to get it all done this evening because I'm kind of losing light, but we're going to try and see what we can get done while we have some daylight left. So we're gonna work on the fuel pressure regulator first. So let's get started. Let me get my camera set where maybe y'all can see. And there we go. Can't see just real well, but you can see. So on excuse me. So on these 91 Broncos, well, not just the Broncos, but on these 91 300s, the regulator has 3 bolts or screws, I'm sorry. There's one there where I've already got my Allen wrench. There's one back off over there that I've already kind of gotten loosened, and then there's one that's kind of back behind it. I guess the kind of typical way of doing this is taking off the intake, because there's not just a ton of room, but the typical way of doing this is taking off the intake and getting to them. I don't want to do that, because I don't want to buy a gasket that I may or may not be able to reuse in a couple of weeks whenever I get ready to pull the whole engine. So we're just going to very painstakingly, very much so pain in the butt, take the regulator off where it sits, or as it sits. So I've already got one screw of these Allens loose. Really, if I had a long T-handle Allen wrench, it would be a lot easier. Unfortunately, I don't have a long T-handle, so we're just gonna kind of do what we can with what we have, which is a short Allen wrench. If I can, all I need to do is get this one broke loose. I've already got that one kind of broke loose. I just kind of come out here to see what I could do before I decided that I wanted to try and do a little recording. So I've already got it loose. It wasn't very hard to get loose because I could get my little Allen wrench in there at an angle, or on the short side of it, to be able to break it loose. Not enough room to do it with this one here in the front. So I'm just trying to see if I can get my pliers in there. Unfortunately, I don't have any channel locks here at the house. They are in my tool bag at work. Okay, I think that one just kind of broke. Yep, that one is loose. Okay, so that leaves the one in the back. I'm gonna try and see if I can get y'all at an angle where you can see it. There it is right there. So let me see if I can rearrange the camera maybe a little bit. I don't know if I can rearrange y'all in a way that y'all can see, but maybe. Trying to get y'all rearranged a little bit. Okay, I think y'all can see right there. So let's see if we can get this one here on the back. If my big old head gets in the way, I apologize. I'm just trying to get in here to where I can see. And this is not exactly the easiest of jobs, but I mean, it could be made easier if I would just pull the intake. But as I said, I don't want to do that because I don't want to buy an intake gasket right now whenever I'm going to be getting a whole kit in a couple of weeks. So I think I've got that bolt, or that nut, sorry, screw. I believe I've got it loose. At least it felt like it broke loose. Yeah, it's loose. And got them all out without dropping one into the abyss, which is always a good thing. And got that little sucker out of there. So what happens with these is they've got a rubber diaphragm on the inside of them. This is for those of y'all that don't know. Leaking gas everywhere. But these have a rubber diaphragm on the inside, and they run off a vacuum. Well, the vacuum is what regulates the pressure. Well, what happens is, whenever these things get some age on them, that rubber diaphragm on the inside goes out. Ruptures, gets a hole in it, whatever. But basically, the diaphragm goes bad, and then it will start sucking gas through, and it will cause high idle issues because it is sucking straight gas into the intake tree, which is right here. Poor fuel economy, running rich, stuff like that. Not a good time. I discovered mine was leaking Saturday, this past Saturday. It's Monday after the Sunday that I posted part 2. So the past Saturday is when I discovered that mine was leaking. During my diagnostic of trying to figure out why I'd lost power and it wouldn't crank. Smelled gas, got to looking, seeing a wet spot, followed it, and figured out that the vacuum line going to my regulator, the pressure regulator, was bad. Barely touched it and it crumbled. Pulled the vacuum line off of this side and there was gas coming out this little nipple. Best way, if you see gas coming out the little nipple, it's bad. Replace it. Anyways, so yeah, there's the old one. I'll get the new one out of the box and show it to y'all. See, and kind of show y'all if there's really not much difference in them, or there's actually no difference in them. So let me grab it real quick. Okay, so here's the new one, nice and shiny. It is shorter than the old one, but I believe the bolts are the same. I keep saying bolts, screws. I believe the pattern is the same. At least I hope it is. You look at it and it looks the same. So I'm gonna be very upset if it is not, because that's what I told them at AutoZone. Which, granted, part store, you can't really rely on them to get stuff correct, because most of the time they don't even have people when they're working that know what they're talking about. But I digress. Very hard to get good people in a parts store. Whenever you do, it is amazing. I love whenever I go to a parts store and there's somebody in there that knows exactly what they're talking about. Anyways, and I can't really say it's all their fault either. I'm the one that went in there and got the part without pulling the old one off. So it would kind of, it's on me as well, so I can't really complain too much. So, let's see if we can get the new one stuck in. Just real quick. That's all 3 screws. So let's run a new vacuum line just real quick, and then we'll call it quits for the evening. So I will grab the vacuum line. We'll do it, and then it's gotten pretty dark, so we'll call it quits. So let me grab that line. Okay, got the line. It is oh, I forget the size. It's got a 6-foot roll from O'Reilly's. I can grab the package and tell y'all what size it is. It is the 7/64 windshield washer hosing and vacuum tubing. Much better than the crappy plastic that Ford used in the 90s. It will last a lot longer. So eventually everything is going to be replaced with this rubber vacuum line. In fact, I think I'm going to run it through here. Well, you know what? It's a little bit shorter run from right here, so we'll just run it through that one runner. I will probably get a 90 degree fitting for this later. As of right now, I'm not too worried about it. Anything is better than it was. And there you go. That is much better than what it was. I can live with that. And plus, the other nice thing about this rubber is that it will be pretty well heat resistant, so I'm not too worried about it melting or anything like that. So I believe that this may be a good spot to end it for the evening. Yeah, as y'all can see, there's the new pressure regulator with the vacuum line going to it. Tomorrow, well, probably not tomorrow because it is supposed to be very windy, and I don't feel like being out here in the wind. So yeah, this is where I'm going to end off for the evening. We'll pick back up here in a couple, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. Not sure yet, but anyways, that's it for right now. Okay, it's Thursday. The last time I filmed was Monday. We had 2 pretty bad days of wind, and it's actually turned out to be really a very pretty day. Off of work now, so we're going to get the spark plug wires swapped out, and then we will see about getting the timing set. So, or check it the timing anyways. So let's get started. Okay, got y'all set up where y'all can see. Alrighty, so I just picked up a cheap set of wires from O'Reilly's Omni. Seemed like good wires. I guess we'll see. I don't know when the last time was that these wires were changed out. So that's why I decided to go ahead and get some new ones, change them out. But anyways, I don't know about where all y'all are at, but the weather here has been pretty nuts. Don't know that, I mean, it's like the weather changes its mind like some people change their underwear. It just will not make up its mind if it wants to be cold, or if it wants to be hot, or what it wants to do. And I am ready for it to just kind of make up its mind and pick one or the other. So, let's see. I'm going to try and match the length up a little bit. I want these to look halfway decent. Let's see. Nope, not that one. Not that one either. But this one. That one looks like a pretty decent match. Let's try it out and see. Okay. Yeah, that worked out pretty good. I think. I don't know, I may swap that one again. I might, or not swap it, swap it for one that's a little bit shorter is what I meant. Okay, let's do number one over here. Let's see which one. Looks like maybe this one. Okay. Right here. Do this one next. Ow. And let's see. I think to possibly be missing some wires. Interesting. Huh. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. Well, actually, okay, here's wire. Put on. Okay, now there's one more wire. Let's see, maybe did I drop one? No, I dropped one of the old ones. That's very, very interesting. This is the only wire that I have left, and I'm pretty sure that it does not go to anywhere on this. It's looking like the parts store may have given me the wrong wires, something, I don't know. That's very odd. Yeah, I don't know. Oh well. Well, we'll see what we can do anyways. We'll see if we can go ahead and get it timed, and I'll see about getting some better wires. Went to the gas station and got 5 gallons of fuel put in it. So yeah, this will be the first time starting it since I put the new pressure regulator on it. So I'm going to be kind of excited to see how it runs with the new pressure regulator. And capped off a couple of vacuum lines as well. So let's see about starting her up. Okay, I'll bring y'all along to the cab. Now it's not warmed up, so we'll have to let it warm up a little bit before I go to set the timing. But that's all right. Okay. Primer a couple of times. Okay, let's see how she does. Oh, you know what? I'm a ding-dong. Might help if I took the rag out of the intake, you reckon? Okay, let's try that again. Huh. Okay. Well, that's an interesting turn of events. Huh. Very interesting turn of events. Let me pause the recording and see what I can figure out. Okay, I got her to start back up. Well, I did for a second. Not 100% sure as to what's going on. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I'll keep messing with it because it was running fine the other day before I messed with the spark plug wires. So maybe something related to that. Maybe I need to put the old wires back on. I don't know. We'll see. I'll pause again and I'll do a little more digging, see what I figure out. Okay, I got her to start up again. I think it's a timing issue. I'm gonna let her run and warm up. See if she'll stay idling on her own this time. Meantime, I got a little distracted. I was turning the key, cranking it, and all of a sudden it quit. And so I kind of tore into the steering column a little bit and figured out, if y'all can see right there, that my actuator broke. So yeah, that's wonderful. So I was just cranking her over there on the solenoid. So yeah, that's wonderful, but it's okay. I figured that it was probably going to happen eventually. I just didn't really expect it to happen quite yet. But anyways, it's okay. So I'm going to let her warm up a little bit, let her idle, and then I'll pick back up whenever I start to set the timing. Okay, got her warmed up, got the spout disconnected. I've done kind of tweaks with it just a little bit, so we're gonna see if we can get her to start up and see if we can get the timing, or see if we can get her to time. Alrighty, I've got it pretty much set on right, or set that right dead on at 10 degrees before top dead center. Sounds pretty good. Seems to be idling just a little high, but not too bad overall, really. I mean, I could have a slight vacuum leak somewhere. Okay, I blocked off all the vacuum lines just out of curiosity. Still seems to be idling a bit high, but brought it down a little bit more than I would like for it to have, but it's not idling so high now, at least. Let's see what it does when I plug it back in. yeah, she's I mean, really not too bad. I think my miss is gone. At least it sounds like it to me anyways. And I still could have a leak somewhere. Throttle body gasket could have a leak in it. Intake gasket could have a slight leak in it. Not 100% sure, but it's better than it was, for sure. Like I said, I do believe she's idling a lot better. And I believe that the miss is gone, so that is excellent, excellent, excellent news. So let's kill her and see if she starts back good. Okay, let's see how she starts back up. I would say she starts back up pretty dadgum good. Now that miss might be back just a little bit. Yeah, just a very slight miss still. I thought it seemed like it was gone earlier, but maybe not. Check the timing again after I killed it and restarted it. Alrighty, that's about 6 degrees of timing, and she seems to maybe kind of like it right there. I know I definitely like the idle a lot better. It's down about 900. I wouldn't mind if it was a little lower, but I can live with that. Okay, I think I'm happy with it right there. That's about 850 RPMs. Put the spout back in. Kill her and see how she starts back up. I was gonna try and start her with just by pushing on the ignition on the inside, but it won't do it. So, oh, that might be why. That wire disconnected. Okay, let's try it again. Not too shabby. Now let's see if it'll come down. Idle will come down on its own. Not too bad. I like it. Idling right at about 1,000. I don't really care for that too much, but I would like to see her idle a little lower, but I don't know. It's getting dark. I'll play around with it a little bit more, see what I can figure out, see if I can get her to lower that idle down just a little bit. So I will pause right here. she's running pretty good. The idle, I had the idle way down where I liked it, and then I kind of revved it, and it's come back up. So I don't think it's an issue with timing. I think there's maybe something vacuum-wise leaking somewhere. Maybe the throttle body gasket. I don't know yet. But I mean, outside of that, she's running good. I'm pretty happy with it. I unplugged the idle air control valve. It goes way down. That's what it should normally. So, and it could be the idle air control valve trying to go out as well. I've got a new one that I'm going to slap on it whenever I have some light, and let the ECM learn the new idle air control valve, and we'll go from there. But anyways, not sure how long this video is going to end up being. There was lots of me not talking and adjusting the timing. So I'll probably do a video of me putting on the idle air control valve, and probably make that one video along with all this that I've done, because I'm probably gonna have to cut a lot of stuff out. So yeah, tomorrow hopefully I will get the new idle air control valve put on, and yeah, we'll see if that helps that high idle, which I think it might. I think maybe the existing one is maybe, I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm hoping maybe it's hung or something, but possibly throttle body gasket. Don't know yet. We'll see. But anyways, so that's it for tonight. I'll pick this back up tomorrow after work. Alrighty, guys. I kind of got distracted. It's a couple days after I worked on the Bronco last, and as y'all recall, the actuator broke in my steering column. Well, I kind of come out here to start looking at it, and I kind of ended up tearing into the steering column before I thought about it, and I didn't video any of that. And then I got to looking at stuff, and I figured out that I could separate that from the steering column over there in that pickup I've been stripping. And I did not end up actually videoing any of that. I can kind of show y'all what I did though. So there is these little clamps right here that sit on the tube of the steering column, and then they screw into this aluminum, or I assume it's aluminum block right here. There's three of them. There's one here, there's one that'll go right there, and then one up under here. Take those loose, and you'll need to worm the plug for the blinker switch, or the turn signal switch and all that. You'll need to worm that through, and then you can get it all pulled loose. So what we're gonna do, because the upper part of that other steering column is a little bit better, so what we're gonna actually end up doing is we're going to pull that bolt right there on the shaft where it comes out. We're gonna spin that bolt loose. We're gonna slide all this out, and we're going to see if we can just slide this column and everything back in to there. Hopefully we can. I don't see really any reason why I shouldn't be able to, but I don't know yet. We're gonna find out. The only thing that I can see that may not be the same is I don't think there's any holes for this shroud, any screw holes for this shroud. So, so we may have to figure something out about that. I don't know, but we'll see. And if there's the spots, which there's not really even any spots for them, as y'all can see. But we'll figure something out. Maybe I can figure out how to get in here and swap this aluminum piece out or something. I don't know. Or just may have to deal with not having the shroud right there or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so like I said, we're gonna try and see if we can get this all to slide out and get that other one to slide back in. Hopefully it works. So we'll take this bolt back out, and then I will meet y'all in the engine bay. Okay, we're gonna see if we can get that bolt loose. It is a 1/2 inch, and that bolt will be pretty tight. So what we're gonna do is take another wrench, and if I can get it situated. And we'll use the second wrench for some extra leverage. And of course, nearly everything in the world is in my way. But it's alright, we'll figure. We'll get it situated. And let's see, actually. Okay. Okay, got the bolt out. So let's go see if we can get the steering column slid out. And get y'all set up where y'all can see. Okay, so theory, it should just slide right out. In theory. I don't know what it's hitting. Let me pause and I'll see if I can figure it out. Okay, so I actually ended up, where I put it? Oh yeah, over here. So I actually ended up pulling the tube, and I got that piece out right there, got it out. So we're going to stick the tube back in and stick the other steering column and steering shaft back in. So 5 bolts, screws, whatever, go in there. Not gonna probably record that because it's gonna be kind of tight getting up in there, and I don't think I'll be able to show it to y'all very good. So I will pause and pick the recording back up whenever I get the tube back in and kind of show y'all where we're gonna go from there. So okay, so I just discovered something. So I thought that I was gonna have to try and swap this piece of aluminum out so that this shroud could sit on it, and I actually got to looking at it closer and figured out that those 2 screws there and in that one little hole right there actually do end up lining up. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this puppy together out here, tube and all, and then we will go put her back in the, we'll go put her back in. So I think that this is gonna be pretty all right. Gotta get, let's see, got the shaft lined up. Slide down. Let's see. There we go. Get everything lined up. And we will put these back in. These are kind of long-winded. That's not gonna be just super interesting to watch, so I'll pause. Once you get everything put back together, then we'll go back into the cab and we'll slide her back in the through the firewall. Alrighty, got everything back together. So let's see about getting her slid back in. Okay, slight technical malfunction. I accidentally knocked y'all over, but it's all right. We got her slid in there. I am not 100% sure as to what's going on. Let me pause and we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out and I'll update y'all with what I figured out. Alrighty guys, figured out what it was. The neutral safety switch decided that it wanted to, or clutch safety switch I should say, decided that it wanted to go kaput. So I've got it jumped right now. So yeah, that is a good deal. I even have a dadgum key now. Before somebody had just, I guess, forced it. I'm not sure. The old one, I guess they just kind of forced it to work and ended up breaking it, I guess is what I'm assuming, but I'm not just 100% sure. But yeah. So get this steering column set back up in here, and we'll go from there. Yeah, this steering wheel, I think, is, or this steering column, upper part of the column is a lot better than my. Alrighty, man, that is good. Not too shabby. I've still got to connect it back to the steering box, but that's not too bad. Got to put my shroud back on. I'm gonna see if the one on the other steering column was better. I think it was, and we'll put that one on there. Then we'll be able to put all the dash pieces back on. So I will pause and we'll see. Okay, battery on my phone died, but while I was kind of getting everything put in, but as y'all can see, I got everything in here. I went to put everything in and realized I forgot to put this shroud on, so I had to pull the column all the way back out and take everything loose so I could put that shroud cover or whatever you want to call it, so I can put that back in. But got that on. So now all that I got to do is just get my dash pieces put back in, and she's back together. The other thing I did is I went ahead and I put on the new idle air control valve. That was the old one I just showed y'all. New one's on there. She seems to be holding idle better. I've not tried revving it or anything like that, but she seems to be holding idle better. Y'all can kind of see in there, this one is kind of carbon sooted up, so that might be part of the little bit of a high idle that I was kind of chasing. I definitely like that idle a lot better. So yeah, I didn't video real in depth with the steering column like I should have, and showed y'all what I did. Because it might have been helpful for some of y'all out there, and I should have really videoed that so y'all could have seen what all I did, what all needed to happen. But it's not just horribly hard. It's fairly self-explanatory. So if y'all come across if you need to swap from a manual steering column to an automatic or vice versa, all you really got to do is just start taking it apart. It's pretty self-explanatory. Not terribly difficult. It's just a matter of figuring out what you've got to take apart, and what goes where, and this, that, and the other. As I was going through and doing it, I figured out that basically the tubes, I've got the one, so the tubes are exactly the same. The upper part of the columns are the same. If it's a tilt steer, or the tilt steer ones are the same. There'll be two bearings. There'll be this housing here. The primary difference between the automatic and manual that I noticed was this aluminum right here. So on the manuals, you got this lever here that locks the actuator. The automatics don't have that. But even this piece of aluminum is, and I assume it's aluminum, but even this piece of aluminum is essentially the same. So it's really pretty self-explanatory. It's really not too hard. So like I said, if y'all have a couple of steering columns, or if you need to swap one steering column in, something like that, it's not terribly hard. Just pull it out, compare them side by side, and start taking them apart. And really, it's like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I think that this is where I'm going to end this video, because I feel like it's gotten pretty long. So if y'all like what y'all have seen, like, comment, subscribe, comment, just let me know what y'all think. Share with your friends, and I'll see y'all in the next one.